Hello, guys. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, whatever the time is over there. Yeah, it's afternoon, so good afternoon. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're just seeing my face for the first time, you're welcome on board. And if you're a returning subscriber, God bless you. Good, thank you. Please, if you've not subscribed, try as much as possible to subscribe, like the video, share, comment, turn on your notification bell so whenever I post a video, you will first to be notified. Yeah, now we have a guest in the house, and I feel like I'm the only one smiling, so let me form a straight face. We have a guest in the house. He will introduce himself. So let's hear you, sir. Welcome to Jessica West 224 channel.
Yeah, it's a pleasure being on Jessica West 224 channel. My name is Mr. ABRV. I'm a Bayelsan and a German, precisely from Amasoma. And a broadcaster. I've been a broadcaster for well over 30 years.
Wow.
And in course of my broadcast career, I've also presented, produced different programs, but I'm more specialized in sports because I decided to limit myself to sports. But that is not to say I cannot present other programs like I've done in the past before. So I do a lot of public speaking too, moderating programs at different levels, for governors, presidents, wives of governors, wives of presidents. So still doing it, and I enjoy doing it, and I just pray that God will continue to give me good health, and of course all that I need to keep doing the job, because it gives me a lot of satisfaction.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to have you here. Thanks for honoring our interview today. Like you see, he said he's good. So he's not just good, he's so good at public speaking. I can't even speak where he is. So today we have a topic for today which says how to maintain an excellent broadcast career. And he has told you what he's into. So he will be speaking basically on that. Just stay tuned. So sir, please would like to know first of all, where do you work?
Well, originally I'm a staff of the Bayelsa State Broadcasting Corporation, the owners of Radio Bayelsa, or Glory FM, like we call it. But presently on special assignment in Government House in Agua. I've been here for over 9 years now.
In Government House?
Government House in Agua. On special assignments.
No leave, no transfer.
Yes. You come to work virtually every other day, even public holidays. Even if you're at home, you just have to be prepared. It's like the Boy Scouts slogan, be prepared. So even at night, anytime you wake up, you have to check your phone. You get a call or a message for any assignment. So it's been like that for over 9 years, and I must thank God for His grace that we're still doing it the way we're doing it.
Okay, thanks for that. So we're going straight into our topic, how to maintain an excellent broadcast career.
Yeah, it's Initially, I've been a fan of broadcasting even before I joined it. If you go back, if you meet any of my classmates in the later part of my primary school and throughout my secondary school, they will tell you how in class I used to run commentaries. And sometimes when we have inter-class or inter-school or inter-house football matches, I used to run commentaries. And even right at that point, some of my teachers and classmates used to tell me that, look, I don't belong there. I belong to the radio. And eventually, when I left school, I started broadcasting quite early. From secondary school, I went straight into broadcasting. Though it wasn't staffed immediately, I started back in 1985. Then as an artist, whereby during the week, anytime there are programs, I go participate in the programs. At weekends, if there are football matches, I join those who were already staffers of Radio Rivers then in Port Harcourt, where it all started, run football commentaries and sometimes special events on our outside broadcast assignments until about 1988, before I was formally staffed in Radio Rivers. And of course, I must confess, I've tried as much as possible to maintain my form. Why? Because sometimes when after programs people meet me and they say, that program was good, that program, we enjoyed it. I don't allow such things to get into my head. Rather, it propels me to do more. When I hear such comments, what I think about is, what do I do so that my next program will be better than the one that they are talking about? So that has always been the motivation over the years. And at some point, I had to do a lot of things to improve myself. You won't believe it, in those early times, when we hadn't the internet, sometimes I wake up, almost on a daily basis, I wake up around 4:30 in the morning, and I begin to monitor all the radio stations you can think of in the world, from BBC to Voice of America to Radio Deutsche Welle, sometimes to even Radio Cameroon, every English-speaking radio I can. I monitor and I listen. And I used to be a very good listener. I listen, and whenever it is sports time, I quickly jot down the much I can. Then after the program, I will not develop it. So little information people perhaps would have ignored, I pieced them together. And during my programs, when it is relevant, I put them on. And the average listener enjoys such situations. Sometimes they ask me, how do you get this information? And those were some of the things that made me to be liked by sports fans. Before me, there were sports presenters, but I came with my own style at the time. Like I tell present-day broadcasters, for you to be a successful broadcaster, you have to be creative. You have to be creative because virtually now that we have so many radio stations, then in our time, it was just Radio Rivers, the EM and the FM stations in Port Harcourt. And even at that, I try to be creative. That is why, for those people who have known me over the years, they will always say that my programs are always different from others. I try to bring something unique to make my programs better. And like present day, you have so many radio stations. Virtually every radio station carries the same stories.
Yeah.
So what is that thing you are adding to make your own special, so that the listener would want to listen to you or prefer to listen to yours than the other ones? That's why you have to be creative. And no information is useless in broadcasting. No information is useless. It may not be relevant right now, but to get to a point, if you are the one that knows is what you are worth your onion, you know what you're doing, you are passionate about the job, every information will be useful at some point. And I must confess, that is also helping me in my public speaking. Some of the things I say, certain times I don't prepare for them. But because I've had this information over time, on the spur of the moment, if something happens I see that I can relate it to what I'd listened to or I've read before, I just say it, and the average listener likes it. It's very, very important. And in those days when I used to be a regular presenter, you won't believe it. One of my idols used to say that he prepares for every commentary as if he's preparing for an examination. That was also my style. When I want to go on air to present a program, you won't believe the seriousness, the preparation I give to it, so that when I go on air, I don't make mistakes. I like to flow, especially in my simple and correct English. I go on air and I speak the English, dish out the information the way it ought to. It even got to a point in Radio Rivers at some point that sometimes when I want to go and present a 1-hour program, you won't believe it. There was a period I don't even jot anything. I just had everything I want to say. And for 1 hour, there will be no dull moment. No dull moment for 1 hour, sometimes more than 1 hour. I present a program and people will like those programs. So that was how dexterous I got to be at some point. I got to that level because I never joked with every information I got. Every little information, the ones I cannot remember, I jot them down. And later on, I took my time to go through them. Then I spent my personal money in Radio Rivers when I started. Out of nothing, I was buying newspapers, weekly magazines, monthly sports magazines. I was reading them on my own. And every relevant information, I must give God the glory. Every relevant information I go through, it automatically got stuck in my brain. So up to today, most of the things I read then, I still remember them. So if I'm doing a presentation and anyone relates to the information I have, it comes. So for you to be relevant as a broadcaster, you have to read everything that comes your way, especially that which relates to your area of specialization. There was no sports magazine in Nigeria then that I didn't buy on weekly basis on my own to read. There was no newspaper, daily sports. When at the point we started having daily sports papers, there was none. I didn't buy with my own money. Sometimes I could use my last money to buy a sports paper to read, just to be informed, so that when I go on air to talk sports, I talk with authority. And I still have those qualities, even though I've been away from regular sports presentations for some time. Up to now, the younger ones call me once in a while. This is the issue. What do you think is the right thing to do, or what do you think is the right way to say it? And I still correct them. still correct them. And like I tell most of the younger ones too, never feel that you have arrived. Never feel that you have arrived. That's why my programs were always good. I never believed that, oh, because somebody has said that your program was good, then I'll relax, feel that, oh, I've arrived. I never allowed such praises to get into my head. Rather, it motivates me to work harder. I never felt at any point that I have arrived up to today. If today I had to go on air to present a program, you will see how I'll prepare myself. So that when I go on air, I'll present a program that people will like and people will want to listen to time and time and again. So never feel that you have arrived. Always see yourself as just starting, just a beginner. If you have that mindset all the time and you do the job with that mindset, with that passion, I can assure you that you will always be seen to be doing well. Like people see me sometimes, you don't seem to fade. That some people, when they are growing older, their performance level drops. But in your own case, it's like you are improving. I say I give God the glory. It's because I don't always see myself that I have arrived. I always prepare myself so I don't disappoint myself and those people who have taken me as their fan. So these are a few things we must note. One, always prepare yourself before you go on air. Especially, I don't know of today, when we started broadcasting, our bosses were very serious about script writing. You have to write your scripts. If you don't write your scripts, they will not approve your program for you. Yes, all that was on. With your scripts, yes, you go on air. But sometimes you can go out of your script. If you think the information is relevant at that point, you can go out of your script to say certain things which you know the listener would like to hear. We do all of that. Then you must always read sports literature. Very, very important. That is if you are a sports presenter. But even whatever your area of presentation, you must read regularly. Yes, I may have been a sports presenter, but you won't believe it. The times I wake up in the morning to listen to the BBC, the VOA, and the other radio stations, there are other programs that also come up at those periods, and I don't say, oh, because this is not sports, I won't listen to it. I listen to all of them. So I gather general information. So I was always very current about happenings around the world. I remember people used to ask me how I get the pronunciation of foreign names, like names from Eastern Europe. Very difficult to pronounce, but I always pronounce them correctly. That is because I listen to the way they are pronounced on BBC, VOA, and other radio stations.
Sorry to interrupt. Names like
Medvedev.
Wow.
Names like Djokovic. Names like Kolocic. You know? Yeah, Sharapova. Those are names that...
I don't think I can even pronounce
yes. But because I listen regularly to these radio stations, I have no problems pronouncing those names. I pronounce them as if they are names that are common. So always read, spend your money, because on the long run it is you that will be the beneficiary, not the radio station or not the person you are presenting it to. So always spend your money, buy the latest information on newspaper. Now it's even easier. You have the internet where you can go in and get whatever information you need.
From our phones.
Yes. So always read. so that whenever you are called upon to speak on topics relating to your own area of specialization, you won't have problem. You can always speak well, flow, to be able to satisfy your audience. And like I said before, don't ever feel that you have arrived. Every day, see yourself as a learner every day. Act as if you are learning every day. Don't feel that, oh, I've arrived. No. I've never had that kind of mindset. I'm sure these are few of the ways you can remain very relevant as a broadcaster.
Thank you so much, sir. We're grateful to have you. Like he said, be informed and be creative. Be creative. That's making yourself unique to be able to stand out and don't feel like you've arrived. He also made mention of get information, like buy. He says spend your money to buy newspapers and so on. Don't say, if there are some subscriptions for the news on our phones via the internet, you can also do that to keep yourself on top of the game. So thank you, sir. We're so grateful. We say God bless you and bless your career.
And most importantly, always give respect to anybody, whether the person you think is small, big, or mighty. Treat them the same way. Treat them the way they ought to be treated. I don't ever go on the road and snub people, because people know me more than I know them. Because at a point I was also a television presenter in River State. I was also presenting on television. So when you're on television, everybody sees you, but you don't see them. So on the street, you meet such people. Some people will come and greet you. Some will come and ask you questions. And I don't say, oh, I don't know you. Why are you coming to ask me? No, I don't do that. I treat people well when I see them.
Yeah, he's a normal man. Thanks for watching. We hope you all do better in your career too. God bless you. Try as much as possible to subscribe and share the video. It might just be of a help to someone. Thank you.